So, what's your story? What does your life say about you? What are your actions, your words, even how you dress, how you look at the world? It tells something about who you are. It's a story. Perhaps you've never thought about it that way, but your life, your entire life, everything about you tells a story. Jesus used stories to convey truth, parables. He used many. And oftentimes, the problem with the story was that people didn't get it. They didn't understand it. Sometimes people don't get us. They don't understand us. We don't understand ourselves sometimes as to why we do what we do. We wonder. We're like Paul because the things we desire to do, we don't do. And the things we desire not to do, well, we do them. And those are the stories sometimes that people hear and they see. Sometimes they look at us and say, well, if that's what a Christian is like, I don't want to be one. Why do we live our lives that way? Should we, would it be important to look at our lives and ask ourselves whether our lives are congruent with what we say we believe? What would change? What would I do differently? What would you do differently? It's something that I want you to think about today, and particularly over this weekend, because, well, we've just finished Easter. And Easter is the story of one giving up his life for all. And the question might be, would I do that? Would you do that? Does our life demonstrate a life of sacrifice? Does our lives demonstrate the gospel? One that says we are to love our neighbors as ourselves. Sometimes we question, well, who is our neighbor? And we look at the neighbors as the ones we like. The ones we don't like, well, they're in a different category sometimes. My challenge today is simple. Think about the story your life is telling and ask yourself, is it the story you want to continue to tell? Or are there some changes in your life, in your story life, that you need to change and want to change? And if you do, then set out doing that. Hey, until next time, God bless.